Hello, everybody. This is Gotham After Dark. With us tonight, we have Crimson Sage, Fortune Teller, Twitch, and Noctum. Emerald and Artemis will not be joining us tonight. So let's get into this here. I'm going to start with Sage. Sage, you were going to the building. As you were entering the building with the police rapidly approaching the scene, you hear an explosion followed by a crash. The sound is distinctly metal. It sounds like well, I'm starting with the person that's not even on camera. So let's just move on.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, because
I'm here.
I don't see your blue giant Smurf head.
Not sure why.
Oh, that's him.
That's because you have the background on and you don't have a green screen, so it's just filling the entire
there's
frame.
no green screen. That's him.
You're an ass.
We do not fat shame here, sir. Sir, he is not the size of a planet. I mean, he is, but we do not say that he is. All right? Let me lower this music.
Yeah, you should talk bad about Smurfs.
Well, I mean, those are fictional. Planets are real. And that and guys that are shaped like planets
anyways
are real too.
So I'm going into the building. I hear a crash, you said?
You hear an explosion. It sounds like an M80. And then there's a metallic crash and glass being shattered. Obviously, it's out of your line of sight, but that's what you hear as I'm just saying it so that I give you the opportunity to either investigate the source of the sound or continue into the building.
Was this the rocket launcher from before?
Mm-mm.
So this is totally different.
Yes.
And this happened where? On the inside or outside?
It's on the street. It's up the street to when you turn facing the street, it's to your right. That's the origin of the sound. Obviously, it echoes through the street, but the origin of the sound is to your right.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way to the dorm room itself, so I can have a better vantage point from there to see what's going on the street. But at the same time, I'm taking inventory of what's in the room, to try and see if I can come up with whatever it is they're trying to eliminate.
There's no vantage point for where the room is to where that sound is, because remember, it's a recessed courtyard, so which is what I should have said the last time. So there's the walkway to the entrance, and then there's the extension the building. There's a small courtyard there, and when you go into the building, it's to the right. So
yeah, but
facing the building, no. It's a recessed courtyard. So you have the edifice of the building that's street level. That's facing the street. Then you have to walk down a pathway up some stairs to get to the window to where the dorm room is on the second floor. Now, or third floor, excuse me. Now, when you hear that sound, you can look out the window and you can only see the street the street and the courtyard below you. You can't see anything to the right because the extension of the other side of the courtyard and the building blocks your view from the street. So I'm just explaining the sound that you hear, whether or not you're going to do anything about it. is completely up to you. In the room itself, he didn't necessarily toss it, but you can see the places where fortune teller had gone through, specifically because he didn't say that he was putting anything back the way he found it. He was just tossing the room to find whatever he was going to try to find, and then scrape, which is what he did. The only difference is that the room, when you get there, was locked, and you had to bypass that in order to get into it, because he was in his astral form. The investigation, I believe you're going to need to make an investigation roll.
All right. Yes, sir.
Music's not so loud for you guys, right? Everything's good?
Yeah, it's okay.
I was going to say, I guess then it's fine. God damn. Don't mind me, I'm just the GM. Love you guys.
Hey, is this not working?
I don't know. So you rolled a 75. What is the percentage?
Looking at it now. Second. As it turns out, I don't have investigation.
So then it would be the base roll for the skill.
Yeah.
And any IQ bonuses, I'll allow that.
I don't have any.
That's because you're dumb.
Nice.
Just a good old boy.
You said it before I did.
Now, why?
I can tell
I
you
don't
why,
know why
because
you're
you think you're smarter than everybody else.
Oh. Yeah.
You think you don't need investigation to get those picnic baskets?
Dude, I was watching Mystery Inc. and it was showing a facility that was holding criminally insane animals, and they had Yogi Bear
No, they didn't.
on a dolly with a fucking Hannibal mask, carting him away.
That is the worst, best thing I've ever heard.
It was hilarious.
So, no, I didn't make it.
Okay.
But what I am going to do is use the spatial awareness to get a more defined detail of the area, of the room itself. And I'm going to look over the drawers, the bed, the closets, the floorboard. You know, I'm pretty much going throughout the entire room, scrutinizing the room just to make sure that I didn't miss a spot. But behind the desk, see if there's any.
Yeah, you're doing a
connectors.
roundabout to the skill, which is investigate. I get it. That's what you did. So
No, but that's what I was doing to begin with anyway.
right, which is why I asked you to roll the skill. It doesn't matter what you're saying in relation to it being separate from the skill. Now, the initial your look through only revealed the compartments that Fortune Teller had already gone through and removed the items from. Unfortunately, you don't know that he did. So it looks like that whatever was hidden in those spots was taken. Now you as Crimson Sage can make one of two assumptions: one, they were already missing, or two, Fortune Teller has them. So you, the player, know the difference, but Sage has to make an educated guess one way or the other. The second thing is there seems to be a lack of any real personal effects, meaning there's no pictures. This is one of the things that fortune teller wasn't necessarily looking for. He was looking specifically for hidden things. But you, using your spatial awareness and your keen observational powers for what you can see that's out there. That's one of the distinguishing things that, like his roommate, he did have a roommate bed, but that bed didn't have anything. But you did see a couple of frames with pictures of a young man with his parents, graduation photo and such. But for this one, nothing.
All right, so take a picture of the roommate.
Mm-hmm.
So they could later do a facial recognition on him, just to make sure that this wasn't a plant. Also, look behind the frames themselves. Look at the person, see if they had a computer. Anything that the roommate may have had, that he may have stashed in his roommate's area, knowing that he may have gotten caught or he may have wanted to safeguard something.
Okay.
And do the thorough search that way too. Throughout hit that stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also, was he a corner room or was he a center room? Like, I'm asking to see if if he had neighbors to himself and to the front.
You're talking about
Room, like other
position, where his room was positioned. He would be in the corner, if memory serves. He did have a neighbor to his. As you're coming in, there were two doors on the left, and his was on the right. So there's right, center, left. So there's the center door at the end of the hall, left door at the end of the hall, and then two other doors on the left side of the wall. Because on the right side is windows that have the view of the courtyard.
Unfortunately, with that explosion, it's gonna make people go towards it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm using that distraction in order to quickly go about the room itself, in order to see if I can find anything else of pertinence. I'm primarily looking for his computer as well, or a secondary phone.
Okay, those two items are definitely not there. No.
Okay.
And just as you in the course of your search, you catch the sound of keys, and immediately turn to the door, and you can hear the small deadbolt turning, and you can hear someone talking, just beyond the door. Did you hear that? That's crazy. And click, click, and the door swings open, and this
Right,
young. Let me finish.
I'm moving myself, so when the door swings open, I'm behind the door.
Okay. So the person that comes in, she's like, "That shit's crazy, man. What is going on out here? Is this like some terrorist shit?" It's like, Mom, I'm fine. And he comes in. You barely make him out. Well, you can make him out from where you are. He's about 6'2", 18 years old, African American, good-looking kid, looks athletic, and he drops
Is it the same kid that's in the
from the frame?
frames?
Yes. So he drops his bag, he drops a laptop, and then he grabs, he reaches around from where you are to the towel that's on the hook, and almost touches you, and you move out of the way, obviously. But he's so engulfed in his own conversation that he just grabs the towel, lifts it off, and then turns around and closes the door. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, I'm fine. And click, he closes the door and locks it.
All right, so he dropped off his laptop.
Yes. Laptop and school bag.
So look at his school bag real quick.
Okay. You find about about an ounce of weed, some pills, some books, some textbooks, and that's about it for that.
Let me guess. Weed is not legal at this stage. None of these. So grab the laptop, open it up, turn it on.
Okay. It opens, but it's password protected.
I was hoping that he had used it without, so he wouldn't have the password.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so turn it off, put it back in its place where it was.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to then walk out, right, and I'm going to start to make my way down the hallway so I can get from the hallway window vantage point of what's going on in the courtyard itself.
Okay. There are students in the hall, but they don't necessarily take measure of you yet, because they're all looking outside. So, they're in varying stages of dress. Most are just waking up. It's still early in the morning, and they're talking. Blah blah blah. You looking out, you can see the courtyard starting to fill up with students, and to your left, you have like a 45-degree angle to your left of the street. You can make out the flashing lights of the cop cars.
That was the explosion?
No, you don't have an angle for the explosion.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm walking in the direction.
You would have to leave the building and leave the courtyard in order to see what's going on out in the street.
Okay, so then I'll do that. I was figuring the building differently. That's why. The way you described it.
It's U-shaped. I should have just said that. It's U-shaped. So you're on the left-hand side of the U. The right-hand side of the U is where this is the direction from when the explosion came from.
Okay, so that's what I meant.
You don't have an angle from where you are.
If it's U-shaped, right, and I'm on this side,
and you're on the left side. Yep.
I was making my way towards where the noise was, so I could get the angle. That's what I said. That's why I'm confused.
Okay. Either way you shake it, you don't have an angle forward to be able to see specifically what, if anything, was the cause of that explosion. You only heard.
So I'll just go outside.
Okay. Coming back to Fortune Teller. Fortune Teller, you managed to erect your force field just as you were being pulled down by that slimy, long tendril of...
Erect.
Unbelievable. Now, you get slammed to the ground with a splash. There's obviously a small channel of raw sewage as you hit the ground, and once you get your equilibrium below, once you get your equilibrium and you get a measure of the place, you have night vision or enhanced vision of any kind.
I have night vision.
Okay. Is that automatic or is that
once I hit darkness, I activate it right there.
So it's a psionic ability.
Yes.
All right.
But my sixth sense is on, so
yeah, that has nothing to do with it right now because I've already explained that it's already active, so it's not going to give you any more of an advantage. Now, once you orient yourself, you stand. To your left and to your right, you can see the lights, the periodic lights in this tunnel. It's pretty big. It's round shaped, obviously. And there's the ladder. No. It's just sewage. So the ladder to the manhole cover that you just were pulled down is to your left, and in both directions, the tunnel extends for about 100 feet from where you are. What pulled
Okay.
the thing that pulled you down is no longer visible to your eye. Now remember, with night vision, you have no spectrum of color. Those lights that you see, they're the only things that are sort of messing with your night vision. So you don't have a full measure of every spot here.
Homeboy, this is not D&D. This is Palladium, so don't try to jerk me.
Oh my lord, can we not do that? So now to your left and to your right, you don't see anything, just the water that below you. The water is about it's about shin high. How tall are you?
6'5".
All right, so you say about 2 foot once you stand. Obviously, it's not touching you because you have the force field on, but the smell, you get a measure of the smell. The water itself is flowing from your left, from where you're standing, is flowing from your left to right.
Okay. So look around. I don't see nothing.
Your danger sense is still active.
Yeah, because it's in the water. So now look above me.
Okay. Above you is that dreaded thing called the sun. So
no, I'm not through there. I'm talking about the ceiling inside the tunnel.
What specifically are you looking for?
Now you said it's translucent, so I'm looking for movement. I'm just seeing because most likely if it's like tentacles and stuff like that, there's always like some slight movement or anything like that. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Make a perception check, please.
$20.
Wow, look at this guy, wasting 20s. The only thing that is moving that catches your eye as you're looking around, you can see a bunch of for some reason every sewer has rats. But this now, from your left to your right, is following the flow of the water. There are about 24 rats on both sides. They're moving really fast from left to right, so towards you and away from you on both sides. The tunnel itself is about 20 feet in diameter.
Okay. So I'm going to walk towards what they're running away from.
Okay. Your condition precludes you from having feeling.
No.
Which version of it did you take? Did you take it from the Powers Unlimited book, or?
I took it from. I'll tell you right now.
Damn it! God damn it!
Rifters 37.
I want to make sure that I understand it fully. And I orient myself with it so that you and I are on the same, so that I'm on the same page as you. And if I have any questions, I will ask you. Just give me one moment here.
Undead, immune to poisons, drugs, and toxins, impervious to cold and heat. Normal attacks do no damage. Supernatural strength does half. Regenerates 2d6 hit points or SDC per melee. Regenerates limbs within 1d4 days. No longer needs to feed, to eat, or air, or to breathe. Does not age and is immortal. 1d4 times 10 SDC. And the normal shit for vampires.
You said it was Rifter 37?
Yes. It's the one that has the mega heroes in it. Yeah, your guide to Megaverse, Rifter 37.
Rifter 37, all the new mega powers, yeah.
Gotcha.
But I think Vampire is also in the original Heroes book as well. The mega power.
The undead is.
Sunday power counts as 2. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
have
undead. It's the same thing either way.
I'm definitely standing away from the manhole. So
Oh yeah.
You
I
just
mean,
wanted to say
it's not a
manhole.
it's not a solid beam of light coming down, but
yes, it is.
it's there.
I can feel it. It's all warm and fuzzy.
Here we go. I don't understand why you keep doing that.
You know, because I'm not mentally stable. You know that.
Yeah, we knew when you were trying to murder everybody in the penthouse. I'm mad.
Just want to be with my friends. I just want to help.
I'm mad.
Mhm.
He did that, by the way. He had supernatural strength, and the cops were trying to arrest him because he had done something. So what did he do? He full force, double-handed punched the ground and flipped one of the cars onto the cop.
Consequences. We all suffer them.
Consequences.
No, no, not me. No.
My lord.
I love Mr. Garcia, and so that's
Yeah, I can tell.
yo, Lou.
No.
I got that thing that Danny does while I'm sitting in the chair. My leg just constantly bounces up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Where his is like he does this thing where it's like goes side to side,
Yeah.
but it's like it just naturally does that.
That's anxiety, sir.
This is I don't have this nowhere else, only at your games.
Okay.
So what you do to me? I'm going to therapy. That's it.
You're trying to say he's the cause of your PTSD?
Uh-huh.
All right. You get about 10 feet down that corridor when you notice the water level starting to rise and run faster.
Okay.
Okay. After about another 10 feet, you can start hearing it's low at first, but then it starts to pick up the sound as it echoes through the tunnel. It sounds like a waterfall of water. It's like looking as far as your night vision, I would imagine, is line of sight.
600.
So right at the end of the tunnel, it hits a curve to the right. There's a huge swath of water that's coming towards you. Now, here's the thing. At the head of that torrent of water, there seems to be some translucent light, sort of like the bioluminescence of a jellyfish, is right. It's just shimmering at the top of that water and is heading towards you. The water itself is filling the entire tube.
Okay. All right. So so the water is filling the whole tube, right? All right. So I'm thinking of what I want to. Is there any other side passages to go, or is it just solid?
Just straight back 100 feet into the next. Well, it's not 100 feet anymore. It's about you have the manhole that you just came from. Then you have whatever egress there is. You need to find it. You can't just looking. You're not seeing anything outside of maybe some stray sunlight that's coming from the other manholes that are along that stretch.
All right. So I'm gonna run back. and I'm gonna look for another entranceway to get to see. Usually there's always a split off. It always splits off somewhere. See if I could find. My speed's at 26, so I'm gonna run back, going the opposite way because of the water issue,
Yeah,
and see if I can find a
your
splitter.
speed is cut in half because of the water. But even still, it's still fast, but the rising water is always going to slow you down. Now,
Okay.
the there you can see, you said 600 feet.
Yeah.
At the end of that tunnel, it looks like there's a split, or it could just be a T-bone.
All right.
You really
So
can't tell from what you can't tell from this from where you are, from where you're situated.
I'm gonna head that way.
Okay.
Then what I'm gonna also do is I'm gonna do float. Now float just rises me above what'll be my surface, and then but it doesn't say that there's a speed. That means my speed should be 27, right?
No, I don't think that that's how it works.
Are you sure? Should we look?
That's why I said I don't think that's how it works. This is in your this is in psionics, correct?
Yes.
See if we can find it quickly.
Found it.
What page?
Page 302 in the hero's book. The ability controls the distribution of body weight and creates a mild telekinetic field, which enables the psionic to float effortlessly on water or 1 foot in the air per level per experience. On the water, the character can float and rest without exerting any physical energy. Using psionic float in the air allows the character to sit or lay or sleep comfortably above the ground and cushion air. The only downside, he may get blown away during the strong.
Yeah. So
All right. So what I'll do is float.
It's not a movement power,
All
basically.
right. I'll use float
Mm-hmm.
and use telekinesis to grab the corner of that area and pull myself to it.
Okay. You're taking note of how much psionics you're using.
Yeah, I got it.
You have enough. I just want to make sure.
Yes, I do.
And for your telekinesis, what is that? The telekinesis is just really limiting.
10. Yeah, it's just 10 because I'm not using anything exerting, so I'm just pulling myself towards it.
All right.
I'm flying. Believe it or not, floating on air.
Pulling yourself does the trick as you're floating above the water, and that because that torrent of water is rapidly gaining on you. When you get there, it is a T-bone. So there's a to the left and to the right.
I'm gonna go towards my left,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look down that hallway and see if there's somewhere I could grab.
The tunnel itself, it extends about 50 feet and then then it stops. You can see an archway, but the likelihood is that there's a what do you call it? A hill. It goes down the tunnel.
All right, I'm gonna go down there.
All right, we're back. Here we go. There. So we're back with Fortune Teller. Once you hit that T section, and you can feel you can't feel anything because you're in the force field. You do hear the sounds. There's a mist that's hitting that force field. Let me do this real quick here. There we go. That force field doesn't have an AR, it's just SCC, correct?
Yeah, 400.
All right.
It did suffer damage when it pulled me down, right?
Yes, actually it did. Let me do that really quickly.
I'm gonna do a sneeze. I'm just gonna snitch on myself.
Let's just. All right. So initially took 48 from the fall, and your danger sense doesn't necessarily preclude you from knowing exactly when something's about to.
No. Just like now it's behind me.
Yes.
I just now.
So
But I know the thing moves very fast.
Yeah,
because
and the hackles on your back just raise, and you just turn just fast enough to see this jet. That's like a jet of water is coming straight at you from this thing as it's moving towards you. So it's even faster than the torrent of water that's coming. So it's like a stream of concentrated water that's aimed at you. And I already rolled a strike, so you would need to make a dodge roll, or you could just take the hit.
all right, dodge. Give me 1 second. Let me just add it in there. All right.
What's the strike roll though?
I already rolled it.
26.
You can't use your bonuses. You're only using your telekinesis. So what's your raw roll?
Oh, okay. It will be if you take 8 out of that, that's 18.
18. All right. So just as you beat my roll, so just so that we're clear. Now, it takes you a second, like a half a second to realize what just happened, and you instinctually used your telekinesis to pull you. You were going to pull yourself down that hallway anyway. So
Right, yeah.
in doing so, you pull it. But once you do, that jet of water hits the wall, and it looks like it just bores a hole right through it.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to continue to make your way down, correct?
Because now water is going to start coming down the T.
Correct. Now,
Not only is going down the main, but it's going to come down the T's also.
that's the assumption, yes. Now,
So I'm putting myself towards.
all right. So I'm gonna let's do a quick initiative. All right, let's roll that twice. All right, unless you roll really terribly.
19.
All right. 19, and you have 5 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's fix this
I don't be cheating on my characters, you know. Normal people will have 5 attacks.
Unless you're a dolphin, you have like 75 attacks.
Yep. That's who I meant it for.
Okay. Because the speed of your initiative is that much greater than whatever it is that's attacking you in this initiative round, you will get to do 4 actions before the action of whatever of your opponent takes. So you can use all of those actions to move, prepare yourself, whatever it is that you're choosing to do.
All right. 2 actions is to get ahead of it.
Okay.
Keep on going where the tunnel goes.
Mm-hmm.
Then
You get 1 other free action before there's no. You get 2 more actions before your opponent gets another attack. It's attacks.
okay. Now in this tunnel, is there anything that it looks like I could grab on? Rebar, any metal sticking out the walls, anything?
There's there's exposed pipe that's clamped to the wall that goes along the sides of it. There's electrical circuitry that's in its piping that's along the walls. There's things to grab on. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I am floating above the water.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do,
just as a side note, from where you were to where that slope is for the sewer water to drain down, that's about 45 feet away. So you can technically get there in 1 action. And even using your telekinesis, I'll give you that. It's your base speed. You can get there relatively quickly in that 1 action. That leaves you 3 more before.
okay, so if the 1 action I get to there, what does it do? It slopes down?
Yes. Once you get there, you can see it slopes down to a larger pool of water. And you could also see it at the bottom, the like right at the top ledge of the archway. There's an active whirlpool, so it's draining out.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is use my. I'm gonna go down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go down to the whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go down to a certain spot
Yep.
until it comes close to me. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip the electrical line with telekinesis and put it in the water.
Okay.
I am going to be floating above the water, but I'm gonna use the electricity to hurt it if I can.
Okay. Once you get down to the bottom of that slope, the room opens up into a larger. It's obviously a larger central hub where water from other lines coalesce in order to get to this whirlpool. If you weren't floating, you would have been pulled right in because of the amount of current that's in that the force of that current. There are electrical lines. You can easily pull down one of the overhead lights in order to electrocute whatever it is that's coming. You can hear it coming down. You can see the force of that water as it's reaching the end of that tunnel and starting to pour out. It's like, and you don't need to roll a strike. Once that huge torrent of water hits the whirlpool doesn't stop, but it starts to it creates like a behemoth of water, And when it comes up, picture in your mind the creature from the cover of the Rifts book, and it's just taking this monstrous shape, and all these tendrils are coming out of its back and shoulders. It takes the doesn't take a physical form, but it's shaping the water that way. And you can see it's the bioluminescence is going through it. You bring down that electrical wire, and you hit it.
Now, Lawrence,
What?
the electrical wires that are underneath the building are primaries. So when I mean by primaries, this is not no electrical panel to a house. This is not 120, 240. Right? I'm just telling you right now.
So
I might shut down some blocks.
I defer to your expertise on this. Calm down. I get it. The breaker doesn't trip. He's like, blah. Really?
It's a joy buzzer, Zach.
Like, really, Lou? Really? Once it hits, you can see it's like, it doesn't make a sound. It's just like, and if it desolidifies in the sense of all this water just
now I'm
splashes
running back the other way. I'm going back the other way.
That will be your third action. So when you once you get to the next slope and you start pulling yourself up, you hear it reforming. It's like just comes up, like you give that one quick glance as you're like, oh fuck this, and I'm out. It's like, and just turns and sees you and immediately starts going towards in your direction.
Now, Lou, now that I got to see it, does it have a head and everything?
Yeah, like I said, it forms like it takes all the sewage, all the water within itself. So it takes this really monstrous, disgusting form because it's sewage, and the head it formed it's just monsters like a lizard like head, and the head just turns to you and it sees you and it's just like you get this overwhelming sense, and I'll attribute this to you being psychic. This overwhelming sense of anger and hatred, and the bioluminescence goes from that miasma of light to just red. It's just pulsing through it. It's coming after you.
Okay.
All right.
So
I'm gonna move to Twitch. And
good job.
So Twitch, Emerald, which I'm unfortunately going to have to play to a limited degree, is on board with the plan. Emerald's going to extend the force. She's going to extend her force field to the person that's in the chair and is ready on your signal. That's if Twitch is here, because I only see his picture. Twitch?
Hello?
Yes. Okay.
So I'm gonna start the breach. I'm gonna fly straight to the building. I have hold on. I have Birdie feeding me active telemetry where everyone is.
Okay.
I had Birdie measure the wall, how thick it is. He has sonar. So my angle of approach is will give me. I'm angling my approach to that. Once the nose of my ship breaches the wall, the structural integrity should be down at that point. I'm gonna fishtail it, open the door, scoop them up, and finish the fishtail maneuver.
Okay.
To go through the other side.
So there's something that has to be more apropos. I need you to roll your piloting skill, and while you do that.
34.
Night Rider.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to get. I thought it was just a theme and not the fucking actual thing. Now, all right. So that 19 did make it happen. Emerald extends her force field around the what you assume is one of the kidnapped children, and you breach.
Did you say cadaver?
I didn't say that.
He said kidnapped cadaver. He said children.
So here's the thing. Do me a favor and roll one strike roll, because you are intending on hitting the other 3 just as a matter of consequence for that maneuver. So just do me that.
Yeah,
favor.
the aerial strike. It's not priority. It's just.
No. It's just as a result of your maneuver. You still need to roll a strike roll.
I got an 18.
Wait, where'd you roll that?
It's on.
Oh no, I see it. It doesn't always go to my screen as quickly for some stupid reason.
You gotta give her a minute.
Yeah. All right. So. I don't know why this is funny to me.
That's the other one. What was his name?
Man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now, all right. So you do that, and you can hear the first 2 as you do that, and you make it because you have like 360-degree video, right? Or is
Yes.
it just what's in front of you?
No, I have cameras on all sides. So the projectors always show everything all around me, on the where will be the windshield and everything.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure that I have it in my head so I can I can remember that for future reference.
It's like that car in Cyberpunk that we like, the Calibre.
Yeah, so you can see pretty much everywhere when you're looking.
Right, even though the car has no windows.
Right, everywhere you turn, you can see outside. All right, it's just like a VR experience. The first 2 mercenaries, they definitely get hit and thrown. 3 and 4, the fourth one, which would be weather position. 1 and 2 are left and right. 3 and 4 are left and right, but ahead of on the other side of where the seated person is, the victim. And you scoop him up, hit those 2. Number 3 on the far right puts his gun down and braces, and actually you can hear him hit. And he doesn't necessarily stop because your vehicle is massively weighted, but he doesn't fall under like the other 2, because you felt them when you hit. You know, like that little ba-doom. And then the third.
Well, it's a hover. It's a hover vehicle.
Oh, okay. So they hit, obviously, and that's right. You were in hover mode. I apologize.
Yeah, it's a duck wagon.
Yeah,
it's the hover APC.
Right. So you hit those 2. The third one he hits. You hit him, but he's trying to stop it, and he's bracing himself. You don't understand. Number 1, it shouldn't happen, and number 2, the third one, the fourth one, which is on the left, that one jumps, takes a huge leap, and does an imperfect flip, not over your vehicle, but on it. And I'm going to roll a sense of balance just for shits and giggles. I rolled a D10, my bad. All right, so he does this imperfect flip, lands on the top of your vehicle, but flies right off and lands on the other side. So the one that's holding the vehicle, he's essentially changing the trajectory. You got the kid onto your vehicle with a thud, and when he hits, he doesn't even make a sound. He's like, you can hear him hit smack on the inside of your vehicle, even with the force field. That's what I'm saying. With the force field, he smacks on the inside of your vehicle. So I'm sure you didn't anticipate this actually working, but it did. So now what?
Now what? He grabbing my thing. I'm just gonna barrel roll and go out the way I came. Then.
Okay, so you just fishtail it and then hightail it right back out. All right.
Yeah. If he's gonna stop me from going the way I want to go, because I wanted to keep the spin going, so I go out the other wall.
Understood.
But if he grab it and hold it,
Mhm.
even though I'm not expecting him to do it, I'm not a stranger to that because there are cyborgs and trolls and shit that are cybered out that can do something like that.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna barrel roll and go
just
straight.
Straight.
And just keep
Straight
going.
right back out. All right. Once you do that and he releases his grip, he immediately goes to his weapon and starts shooting. The one that hit the ground gets up and starts shooting. The other two are still on the ground and they're not moving. What's the SDC of your vehicle, just for shits and giggles?
The SDC of my vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely maxed it out. It should be about at least 800. The AR is I believe 16, 17.
Okay.
Hold on, I can tell you for sure. I just gotta open the folder. Google Docs. Here it is. I'll tell you right now.
Doesn't even matter because I rolled a 1. So they're shooting and the bullets are just bouncing off. You know, the old A-team, everyone shoots but no one gets hit scenario. You
So
fly.
the AR, just to know, it's AR 17 and SDC 1675.
Okay, cool. So once you fly right out and you hit the water again. Obviously, it's hovering. So what's the max speed and where are you going from here?
Okay, so on the hover, max speed is 540.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. So what I'm gonna do is this: since I hit the water, right? I'm gonna change it back to a boat.
Okay.
It's still 540. And I'm gonna take up towards uptown towards a base.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look back at Emmy and like, you guys okay?
Yeah, and Emmy's flying right back towards you. Because he's not here.
Right.
He had intended on engaging in combat, but because he's not here, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So he.
Oh, I thought I scooped them both up.
Yes.
My thought was that they were both inside the thing.
No, Emerald was on top on the roof. She was looking down, so
Okay.
she was able to. She had line of sight to be able to do the force field, so that was never an issue. And she would fly back and phase through your vehicle into with her power. She can do that.
So then, okay, so if she's not in there initially, then I'm gonna call over the radio, be like, yo, I got the Victor in the back. I think I need med team. I don't know what's going on. I'm heading back towards base. Unless you guys have other destinations for me.
Okay. So with that, that would come back to you, Noctum, because you're still at base. They were engaging in that operation. It was successful in their retrieval. What is it? Rendition? Is that what it's called? The technical
Rendition?
term is a rendition.
Yeah.
I don't do animals. Now, call for a med team. They're on their way back. They have one of who they think is one of the kidnap victims. What was Noctum doing last second? I don't think you were with us the last game.
No, you won't.
No, I wasn't there, but my focus had been this entire time on the software issues, tracking down this AI, finding any familiar notes, comparing it to what Twitch went through with his vehicle, and also I had isolated. Second, now I gotta go back and look that up because I know what I was working. I wrote everything down.
Sorry.
Plans. All right, so Twitch is out in his car, so I can't really dig in on those at the moment. I was looking at creating and prepping a hydrologic bomb, waiting for any intruders to show up. I was going to highlight it as definitive, important information, slyly, like something that's being hidden away, after the last attempt.
Okay.
And also I'm going to take a quick moment to swap out the monovisor for multi-optics goggles
Okay.
with the readout in one eye only. That was definitely a thing. And a half mask respirator. So grabbing some stuff out the shop
Okay.
in preparation for the next run.
With
outside.
everything that everyone was doing, you were able to do almost all of that. The hydrologic bomb. Roll your programming and then roll 1d4. And that would be the number of hours. Well, let's just say 1d4 and 1 to 2 is an hour. 1 to 2, 3 to 4 is 2 hours before your logic bomb is ready.
Okay. So first here goes the percentile roll.
Mm-hmm.
My percentile is 58. Discord 20 has changed its stuff again, so
All right.
14. And you said roll a d4.
Yep. All right. So within the next hour, your Hydra will be ready.
Okay.
And over the comms, Twitch radios out that he has one of the victims and is on his way back.
Okay, so I give the order to I give the order to the med team to prepare to receive patient. I also let the hazmat team know, say we're on site, that someone is coming in and their skills are going to be. And I asked Twitch to give me a visual.
So I turn the cameras on the inside.
Okay. Doing that, I need for Twitch to roll a horror factor.
What happened? I mean, naked?
Nice.
Whatever that was. Let me see. I got a 9. So
Yeah. You have any bonuses?
I don't think so. I would have had them under.
Okay.
What's my ME? Let me see. Good. My ME is a 16, so what? Maybe +1?
+1, I believe. All right. Which?
That's a 10 then? I made a 10?
Yeah. It's a 10. Okay. For the moment, once you turn it on and you're not looking directly at the screen, you're looking at him. The person in there didn't seem to be. It seemed to be catatonic at the time, and even when he slammed inside of the force field inside of your vehicle, once the timing was fortunate because it was going to happen anyway, whether Noctum wanted to see it or not. But he turns over. As he turns over, his eyes open. He does they're not white. You can see his eyes, his irises. He's just at first he's looking around like what the hell? Where the hell am I? Oh. Now he can't move so much because of the way the force field is, because it's not pliable, and it was I'll say it's not pliable only because again Emerald's not here, so it's a solid force field. He can't move within it. He's just like where he has like a white dress shirt over like a gray t-shirt, blue jeans, sort of, and some skippies. He's a very nondescript kid, looks very average, and he's just like, oh, help, oh. Right underneath where his shirt is, it starts to move, like it's like bubbling. You can just see it just moving. I'm doing this with my shirt, and you guys can't even see what the fuck I'm doing. This is why we need to be at a table. So like I don't have the anyway. So it's just like, you know, it's just like,
I get it.
He's looking dead at you, and you're just staring. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, am I affected by it? By the?
Yeah, that was what the horror factor was, and just at that point, something burst out of his chest, but it's not like it's not in the same vein of like Aliens. It's when it bursts out of his chest, it hits that force field, and he starts to push it, and Emerald's is like, what the? You can see for some reason it's starting to strain against the inside of the force field and expand it. And he's just, he can't even speak because it's from his chest, going into his throat, going down to his stomach, and into his pubic region. That whole part of his body is starting to expand. And something's pushing against it.
I'm seeing this on camera.
You are.
How far out are they?
At that given speed, they can get there. You know what? I don't even have to guess. I don't have to guess anymore.
Well, it's not even a question of their given speed. How far out are they from me?
Oh,
from
they
where-
were
They're
just.
still in Manhattan?
They're still in Manhattan by Battery Park City. No, in Brooklyn. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. That might be a distance. I'm going to have to do more than one jump
So
for that.
let's just say, was it Brooklyn to where you are? 2 miles. And
Really?
Is it 2 miles?
I mean, I think Manhattan's roughly 2 miles across as it is.
Across or horizontal or vertical? Wow.
I
Jesus.
think across.
Yeah.
Double check.
Where's the base at?
It's in
It's
Upper
in
Manhattan.
It's in the 80s. Manhattan is 13.4 miles long and 2.3 miles across at its widest point.
Right.
So 2 miles is not that big of a stretch. Now, approximately 2 miles. Let's just say that.
Right.
And you're going at top speed, correct? Which is what? 5
Yeah,
foot, 5
punching it.
5 what?
540, Mach 1.
Well, as long as I can see the inside of the vehicle, I can pop in. Theoretically.
Yeah, you can. And they're about, at the speed that he's going, they'll be there within 15 seconds.
All right. Well, I'm immediately going for containment again.
Okay?
So I am going to teleport there based on the image I see. Your roll for me on this.
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, you still have to roll it. The 100 would be the only mitigating factor.
Okay, so here you go.
Don't roll 100. Oh, 98? Is it? Oh, 100.
I think it's a 100 for teleport. It's either 98 or 100.
Yay, 56.
I know why Sage was laughing.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's 100. 6%. -6 if porting to a place seen live via television or some. All right, so it would have been 93 or under
Right,
under
and I
93.
Yeah, I made that.
Okay, which you did. All good things.
It has nothing to do with Javier's drawing.
It's like, no, I got to get another roll. Pluses. All alone in the moonlight. So in that moment, as you're piloting, so again, the horror factor was just that scene. So it's not going to take you out for any more than a couple of seconds. to the point where all the illumination in your vehicle suddenly just dims. None of the power goes, but it just dims as Noctum appears in his shadow form, which kind of freaks out Emerald just really quickly because her power is dependent on light. You're just having her power. It's like, hey, sugar, you need to stop. Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
And I immediately approach our latest capture.
All right. Once you enter the room, it's not that any of what happens stops, but at that moment he's like, and he tries to turn his head towards you. And he's like,
Oh, great.
Emerald's like, what the fuck are we gonna do? No,
I approach him, and
I'm making fun of him because he's not here, so whatever.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah. So I approach the guy and snatch him up in the void. That's
okay, so and Emerald, you can't because Emerald has the force field on. She's like, what am I gonna do, sugar?
Once I make contact, that usually is automatic. I don't know if the force field would stop that. That's your determination.
Yeah, it's separate from him. That's the thing. It's not him specifically. You wouldn't even be pulling anything. It's essentially an invisible barrier that has no actual form. It has no actual mass. It has nothing.
Right.
So he
would need
to yeah. Once you reach out to touch, and then for a split second you're just like, what the fuck? Because normally this is automatic for you. Once you touch, you're just like, he's just like. So Emerald's just like, I have a force field on him. I don't want to let it go.
And I look at her and let him go now.
I will say this. All of this is triggering a PTSD moment for her. She's like, I don't want to do it again. Not again.
And I look at her and I say, let him go now.
Just looks at you like, all right. On 3. 1. And then you can hear it. 2. You're like, 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an insanity roll. And for Emerald, not specifically as an insanity, but as a panic response. So I don't know what Emerald's. I got to look at his character sheet, see if he has any ME bonuses here.
No, he don't.
Relax. You know what, Fred? I was just gonna say, you're the first one to be like, yo, Steve, stop trying to help the GM. You're supposed to be on our side.
He's not trying to help. He just wants to fuck her over.
And no, Emerald does not have any ME bonuses. I'm going to look at the other stuff to see if he has anything versus insanity, and he does not. He being the player, she being the character, so I'm gonna roll a D20. And I don't know why I did that. So there we go. Roll D20. A 3.
No.
So she's like, at 3, she's like, I can't do it. It's gonna kill us all.
Just suck them both up, dogs.
It's like, I can't knock them. I can't do it.
Yeah, this is gonna suck.
She's like gone with just sheer panic.
At this point, I instant transmission into the vehicle, do
How
the
far
fucking
away
nerve
is she?
pinch, and then
All right, you're
instant
not
transmission out.
you're not here.
I tell
How
you,
far
nah,
away? How
take the
far
shit.
away is she from him?
She's a couple of feet.
Couple of feet.
Yeah.
I use Shadow Cloak to expand my coverage, and snatch them both up.
Okay. So there's a timing issue here.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Getting her doesn't it would dissipate the void, so there's a split second where the force field would be down, and then you would be able to grab him. So what I will do,
That's why I use the shadow.
you expanded
cloak.
the shadow cloak. Okay.
Yes. So inside this vehicle, I'm pretty much taking up a lot of space.
Does that include Twitch?
No, I mean I can choose who goes into the void, so
Gotcha.
it would just be the two of them.
Okay. So here's what we can do. You make a strike roll. Anything above a 4 is a success. 3 or less. This is not one of those prowess bonus. It's just a straight raw roll.
Weird. Guess what?
What the? I want to use my fucking hero point. Make him reroll that. I sacrificed my hero point for his reroll.
No, you can't do that. But you do you do have a hero point, Noctum.
Well, then I would definitely. What use does the hero points have again? Can I just do a reroll?
You can make a reroll. Yes, it's not an automatic
yeah.
success, but you can make a reroll.
I will definitely go with that.
So you had 2. With that 1, it's going to cost you your 2 hero points.
Okay, I didn't even know I had them.
Yeah, I awarded hero points at the beginning, so just as an aside. All right, so you like just in that moment, the fates right there. You could see it. You're pulling in Emerald. As you're pulling in Emerald, the force field it dissipates, and the only reason why you know it dissipates because the thing just has this giant smile. He's like, ah! What bursts out of him is like is this long black tendril, and you're just at that moment. The same, it takes that same shape as the Lily Chen, but she was using her limbs. This is comprised of an organ as it's coming out of his body. The way that it's colored and shaped, it's literally taking his liver and is using it as a weapon. So it just bursts out. He's like, ah! And you with that reroll, you're just like, holy shit, squirt, squirt, little pea, and you pull him in.
All right. I will immediately afterwards let Emerald back out.
Okay. So she comes back, it's like, so much darkness. So when he does come back, I'm going to have him roll an insanity.
Okay. And I am immediately going to port back to the penthouse.
Meanwhile, Twitch is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit, right?
All right. You port back. Twitch is going to be there within 10 seconds anyway at the top speed, breaking, almost breaking the sound barrier. Sound barrier is, what, 660 miles?
700.
Yeah, 700 roughly.
So just, people are like, oh, I'm waking up. What the fuck?
Basically.
Is there a jet landing in the Hudson again? Fucking Sully.
Wow.
Thank you for getting that reference. I appreciate that. Okay.
You're burning in hell for that.
Crimson Sage. Crimson Sage, we're going to come back to you, and then I'm going to go back to Fortune Teller. What, if anything, were you doing, Twitch? I'm sorry. I interrupted.
Well, I get back. I park in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
and I rush upstairs to find out what's going on.
Okay.
And I open my helmet so the smoke of my blunt can come out. And
Here's a byproduct, Twitch. When he does port out, and he essentially turns into shadow and winks out of existence. Because we would never really. I think you discussed that. That's how you teleport, Noctum.
Yeah, it's like it's like folding in basically.
Okay, yeah. So once he winks out and all of the interior cabin lights, not re-energized, but the luminescence comes back. The roof and 2/3 of the left side of your vehicle is covered in this black slime that's sprayed out of him.
I cleaned that.
Okay. All right. So
I let them know there's goo in my car. Oh,
goo.
It jizzed everywhere.
Money
When
shot.
I do hear that, I tell the hazmat team to meet him in the garage.
Okay. Sage. You weave your way through the crowd, and at some point you hear, is there some cosplay convention not worried about? Is Comic-Con here? Because you're in your outfit walking around. There's an ambulance. You can see the hazmat team that was dispatched by Artemis, cordoning off that area with local PD. And down the middle of the street, there was a sedan that was parked, but it now has a sewer cap that's crushed the front left side of the windshield and the roof of that car, which leads you to where the sewer was, that manhole, and the assumption, which is what he was doing anyway, is that fortune teller went down that manhole.
This fortune teller walk away.
So you say fuck fortune teller and then leave?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
He can handle himself. He's a psychic. No. So radio.
He almost murdered my liaison, so he can go fuck himself.
Radio fortune teller.
No response.
Hey guys, do you have a 20 on fortune teller?
Well, everything that they had talked. I mean, you guys are you guys are pretty much on your own comms. Are they open to you as a group, or are you on separate channels? I want to make sure that I understand that when you're doing separate missions, because everybody was doing a separate mission.
We're all open on the same communication, because remember, we're communicating
Okay.
We were communicating back and forth between Twitch and Emerald as well.
I like I said, I just wanted to clarify that.
So, I ask again, does anybody have a 20 on fortune teller?
I think it's safe to say that it's open among us, the team,
Sure.
unless somebody specifies otherwise.
That's fine.
So it's on the individual to specify.
I will. Yeah, please keep that in mind. So, all right. So open comms request for a 20 on Twitch. I'm sorry, fortune teller. Your dispatch does not have a. They had a 20 on him, but that signal has been. That signal was lost.
Hey Lou, that's because I'm on the ground, right?
Partially, yes.
Because since it's a force field, wouldn't it protect my equipment?
Yeah. I'm not saying that that's not the issue.
Okay.
Where exactly did we lose the signal?
They ping your display, and it's exactly where that manhole was.
So I suggest to communications team to use a tight beam, cryptic tight beam to see if they can locate him.
Understood.
Thank you, Malcolm.
I have
See
no
if
idea
that works.
where.
See if that works a bit to get a signal up again for a fortune teller.
Okay. The they're only getting it's they're not getting an exact location. It's somehow it's somehow being
Distorted?
distorted.
Distorted or blocked?
Distorted.
Both.
Distorted. It's he's popping up on the grid, but it's erratic. There's either something wrong with his comm, or he's being jammed, or he's in a place where the signal's not reaching.
Would going into the sewers qualify as?
It's possible.
Okay.
Lou,
Yep.
I put the order through because I'm also trying to reach out to somebody. I'm going to reach out to CO Tromwell. I need to see if the military has holding facilities that can handle SPB. Excuse me, supers. This is outside of civilian scope at this point.
Okay.
But also, I will put the order through to them to check for abnormal activity in the areas where they're picking up fortune teller.
Okay.
Seismic, energy abnormalities, if they can get pressure readings, anything that stands out from the.
All right.
So more or less, they can't pinpoint them, but what's the radius that they can track?
From your position, he's approximately 1,000. Well, let's just say 100 meters away.
Okay, so that could be relatively line of sight, being that it's daylight. Can I see clearly down the street?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
you can see relative to parked cars, ambulance, and police.
Okay, so activate the telescopic vision and see if I can locate fortune teller that way first to see if he's above ground.
Definitely not above ground.
All right, so then he must be down. So what I'm going to do is above ground. I'm going to go to his area, assuming that he went down in the sewers. There's no way I can track him in the sewers. So I'm going to go to the closest area where they tracked him, and then I'm going to make my way down.
Okay, so that's going south towards the river.
Okay. Once I make my way down, I hit thermal, so I can pick up his heat. Oh wait.
Southwest. Southwest towards the river.
We've worked together, so I know his heat signature.
He has
doesn't
none.
show up as no. He doesn't show up as normal because remember his body itself won't produce it, but friction will. Movement will.
No, he doesn't produce any radiant energy. Nothing.
Damn it. So I'm gonna have them continue trying to see if they can locate him, or they can enhance the signal.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why he's hard to track. They can get they're trying to get a signal off his comms, but he has no bio readings, which is kind of freaking people out. Then he has no bio readings, but he could also be using some sort of dampening technology.
Yeah, but hold on. We've been working together for a while, so there would be a way that we could track him around that. Because we've been working together for a year now. You said. So we would know.
No, Fortune Tell is relatively new to the group, so no, he hasn't been working with this particular group for the year.
Oh, okay. Well, scratch that. Okay, so well, as best as they can, and I'm going to go in that direction.
Okay. So walk me through exactly what it is that your intention is, and then I can tell you more or less what you see, what you hear, smell, etc. It is 6 a.m. The deadline is about 2 hours from now.
Oh, this is taking away from what we're supposed to be doing. Damn it. Uh, okay, so fine, fuck it. Make my way over towards the direction that they last pinged them at. All right. Ask them again to see if they can still track him, to see if I can get a direction that's at least where he's headed.
I already gave you that. Southwest.
All right, so that's the direction he's headed. All right. So if he went down and he's encountered any trouble, he might be wanting to come back up out. Now I do know that he's an undead. I personally know that. So he's gonna want to come out someplace where there may be no light or sunlight hitting.
Yeah, which limits his options.
So based on that, I'm gonna look for an area that could be an exit that the light's not hitting, because he would see that himself.
Like I said, it limits his options. Assuming your assumption is correct, it's the only logical conclusion that he went down. Issue now becomes, where would he come up? The sun isn't necessarily directly overhead. It's just peeking up over the horizon as the new day. However, it's coming up. Sun rises in the east, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So from east to west, you're going to have long shadows. However, not complete darkness.
No. What I'm looking for is areas where he has an opportunity to evade the direct sunlight.
He has plenty of opportunities to evade the direct sunlight currently, but that window is rapidly closing.
So assuming that, so go to the first area where he would have that opportunity, assuming that he'll come up from that area.
That's leaving a lot of room for interpretation on my part.
What I'm saying is, in the direction that he's heading, I'm going to the first area, or I can see in the line of sight where he can come out from.
Plenty of manholes that he can come out from. The issue then becomes which. And as far as anywhere else, it would have to, if he's following the sewer, it's going to go in one of it's going in many directions. I mean, the sewer system for New York is one of the most complex on Earth. So, like I said, that leaves a lot for me to interpret what you're exactly looking at or what you're thinking. Because I think I get your intent. I'm not following exactly your thought process. So essentially everything I explained to you is in fact what's in front of you. There's plenty of manholes everywhere. The sun's rising over the east. It's casting long shadows to the west. He's moving westerly, in a westerly direction at 100. He's 100 meters away, so it's approximately 350 feet away from your location. It's not in a straight line, but they've reported. You guys have optic displays that they can download information, correct? I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. So they're showing you where his signal has been pinging, and it's moving in that southwesterly direction, but not in a straight line. In fact, the signal was getting weaker up until Noctum made his directives to try to increase the focus of the beam, which could, in theory, work, but it hasn't been implemented yet. At its current rate, they're hypothesizing that he may be moving further underground, which is inevitably you're gonna lose that signal if he moves past a certain distance.
So I make my way over to the maximum distance, which is 350 feet. And from that position, I'll just wait for the signal enhancement and see if they can relocate him.
Okay.
And then try and assess where he's going to come out from in that area.
All right. What's your current movement speed? I'm just curious.
Current movement. 25 miles an hour. 25. I can run 555 feet.
So you said 25 miles per hour?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Or 555 feet for melee.
Okay. All right. Won't take you any time flat at top speed. Now, you do that, and unfortunately, it's a waiting game. So that moves us back to fortune teller. Going up into that tunnel, and whatever it is that water behemoth is following behind you. You get to the top of the slope, and the tunnel continues on. You see a natural wall. There's a wall there. There's a small opening where the water would flow underneath, but there's a solid wall to the right of that wall. At the end of that corridor, there is a ladder going up out into the street.
All right, so I'm gonna go up. First thing I'm gonna do is, do I see another electrical line?
There's plenty of those.
Yank one down again.
Okay.
Yank one down again.
Mm-hmm.
In there. And I'm going to go up the ladder. What I'm going to do is basically fire resistant.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have pyrokinesis. I know I'm going to suffer damage, but I'm going to do pyrokinesis in the first building I see. I'm going to walk in.
Wait, I don't understand. What are you using the pyrokinesis for?
Fire resistant, so I could take less damage.
Is that an actual ability with pyrokinesis? Oh, okay.
Pyrokinesis. So you got fire resistant. The psychic can endure great heat and fire with minimal ill effect. Damage.
Are you talking about that in relation to the sun?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to work that way.
Why? It's a psychic ability.
Your ability would not work to avoid sun damage. Pyrokinesis, it doesn't work. That's not the. I applaud you for being creative in its application, but no.
Such a bitch. I knew it. He's like, I need my Jets to win, please.
Unbelievable. Okay.
The Jets,
So
they still play?
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That's my boy.
Somehow your vehicle veers off course and into the river. Now.
So
Steve with the zinger.
So Lou, I'm gonna wait for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for it again,
Mm-hmm.
and then yank the power cord.
This
Now I don't do no hand gestures. Everything is through the mind.
I didn't say you did.
I'm just letting you know because I know how some psychics are, grab it. And
Well,
I'm
it's called flair, sir.
No, I don't have no flair. I'm very bored.
Clearly.
Yeah, you're
Clearly.
yeah.
No flair and all rage. Ah, you hurt me.
Steve, don't start.
It's just be glad that he's not a nuclear bomb.
What's fortune teller's physical strength?
Supernatural 20.
All right. Just want to make sure. All right. Okay.
That doesn't apply to his tooth. Bite. No.
Oh shit!
All right.
Damn.
Damn.
Shots fired.
Wow.
We're live. So I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. You see what you put me through, Lou?
Damn.
Now I gotta keep comments to myself.
First of
All
all,
Emotional damage.
I love that dude. That dude is hilarious.
Yeah, he is. He is.
all right. So you had already had your 3 of your 4 attacks. So let me look at the combat tracking that I'm doing right now. Blah blah blah. All right, so that would be your 4th attack. All right, cool. Pulling down the wire into the water again. It doesn't necessarily have the same effect. You can see it. You can see the energy pulsing through it, but it doesn't have that effect where it dissipates the behemoth. This time it's still coming towards you, and you can see the electricity pulsing through it. All the lights along the wall are just like popping from the feedback.
Is like outside having problems too.
I mean, what would be the point of describing it to you except to make you feel good? Now,
I know.
in that vein, Crimson Sage, roll a perception check, please.
Yes, dear.
Take it easy.
+7. What is it with this fucking roller? I gotta hit it twice all the fucking time.
Oh my God, 2 times. Just roll.
21.
Okay. I'll get to you in a second. I just needed you to make that roll. Now, you do that. It does that water spout attack again at you.
Now wait a minute.
What?
So I did the 3. You said I could do 4 actions.
Yeah. No.
Or
You did 4. 4 was pulling down the cord. Again.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay. So again, it shoots that water spout at you. What are you going to attempt to dodge?
Yes.
Are you going to use a Plymouth? Do you have auto dodge? I'm assuming.
No.
Okay, so that would be your 5th attack. So make your dodge roll.
27.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. 19.
Wait. I don't understand. Where are you getting the 19 from?
No. It's my
It's your
my
telekinesis.
dodge is 11.
Yeah, but you're not using a physical dodge. You're using
16,
the telekinesis.
16.
Okay.
16.
All right.
Did I get hit?
Yes, you did get it. Wait.
I have a question for you, Luke,
Yes.
and maybe it'll help him, maybe it won't. Doesn't telekinesis it requires a strike? Don't you have a bonus to strike with that?
He's not using telekinesis. He's using his
to
telekinesis
move
to
because
move.
he's floating,
Yes.
right? So I was asking Dwight, does he have a bonus to strike with the telekinesis, and can he use that as a dodge bonus?
No.
Literally.
There's no in telekinesis. There's no
bonus.
because it's the way you use it. You can't punch somebody with it.
Mm-hmm.
You could crush stuff like you're applying force.
Oh, but I thought that telekinesis had a bonus of +3 to strike.
No.
Because what I was asking is if you could use that if it did have it as a bonus to dodge, being that you're using it to move yourself out of the way.
No, there's no.
No. I get what you're saying, and I applaud your application of that. Blah 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 blah. Now,
Wow.
you.
I just got the I appreciate you speech.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Fucking
Wait a minute. He
What?
might be right. But go ahead, Lou, because I got hit. It's all right.
I mean, how fast can you find what it is you think you're looking for? So otherwise, I got to move on.
So yes, there is. So if it was considered combat, it'd be a +3 to strike, a +4 to parry, and that's it. There's nothing with dodge. But just to give you a heads up.
Okay.
No, what I was saying is that he could use the strike as a bonus to dodge.
No.
Being that you're pulling yourself away
He
from
would
the
use it. His only defense would be parry, not
Oh,
dodge.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
So let's just, for the sake of argument, use your bonus to parry. Doing that, you deflect the beam, but it moves you because of its overwhelming force as it hits the wall, and it's acting as if like a water laser. So it's essentially cutting, just poking holes right in the stonework into whatever's behind it. So the hole is about, what is it, about 6 inches in diameter. So it's just going right through. Now this is your 5th attack, and it's simultaneous with the way I'm doing the combat. So it's going to use it's going to shoot another water spout at you, and you get an attack, or you can use. No, you don't. There's no either or. So you get an attack, and you can defend, and vice versa.
Okay, so I can see its face, right? Do I see its?
I'm going to say yes and no. You can see its you can see the shape of its face.
All right. Give me just 1 second, Lou. I just like this.
All right, so I made a strike roll. It does hit. It rolled over a minimum of the 4.
I just got to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do evil eye, blind.
Okay.
It doesn't state that it has to look at me or like, eye to eye contact.
What page is that?
It's page 309. There are 7 types. Each affects only one person per attack and can be used in any 10 victims must be within line of vision or exact location known by the psychic.
Okay. So that's 10 ISP, and I have to roll a standard saving throw, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
15 or better. Unless it has psychic ability.
Okay. But I still hit. You can attempt. Well, no, you're already using your psychic ability, so you can't use your.
I could parry.
All right.
Is he allowed to parry?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, we can do that. We're heroes. You're more of a murderer, but you're heroes.
Oh,
Listen,
19.
You attempted to murder everybody not too long ago, so we're not letting go of that, by the way.
Because knocked him.
Nope.
I'm blaming Knock'em. I'm sorry, Mike. I liked you. I was trying to make sure that you weren't going to get attacked, and you attacked me.
He's like, I like you, but you tried to kill me, so I can't like you anymore.
I'm back. What's up?
Okay. Lord. You don't know specifically that the thing is affected by your biomanipulation, but the water itself starts this is how you know it did work. At one point, you move the beam again, the beam of water, and it hits that wall and does the same damage. And you can
now, because I want to be fair. So it does do damage to my force field.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
I just want to make sure that you're.
Yeah, it's just half damage. So your force field's still fine. What was the SDC again? You said
it was 400. It went down to 352.
All right,
from the wall.
All right, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it hits and you move it, It hits and you move it, but the amount of force that it's essentially like, you know how you have the hydrant full
Yo, yeah,
blast,
yeah.
and
I know
someone
exactly
lifts
what it is.
someone lifts that can right to your chest.
It's like the hose on
Like a
Sylvester Stallone First Blood.
like a fire hose, like it's
Yeah.
just being shot right at you, but even more deadly. Now, once you do that, the whole thing starts undulating and shooting water everywhere. Now, for you, Sage, the first thing you noticed as part of your role was all the street lights went out. You noticed the traffic lights went out. So, and part of you noticing is that everyone in that particular intersection went at the same time and 2 cars crashed. Here's fuck you, bloody, fuck you, bloody. I love that one. That's just you bloody fuck you, bloody. No. Now, the second thing is there is a spout of raw sewage that just bursts through that not at the intersection, but a little bit towards the beginning of that avenue that you're on, and just bursts through, and it starts to collapse the street from all the force that it was expelled, and then as the water spout comes down, and another one comes up, maybe about a half a yard away. Another one comes up. It's shooting in all different directions, sending people in their cars into a panic.
Okay, so those that are safe away from the blast, obviously they're there. Those that are at the blast that are risking getting caught in the cave-in, I'm going to move them out of their cars.
Okay.
Okay. So, with my agility, go over towards them, grab them, shoulder, and keep going in and out.
Okay. You managed to pull at least a half dozen civilians from the immediate impact zone, with the last, as you pull her out of her car, and she's screaming, "Don't touch me, you wetback!" No, she's just screaming in panic as you pull her out. His character's his character's Mexican, by the way. I'm not racist.
No, not Mexican. Spaniard, bitch.
Oh, Spaniard. So you're Spanish Mexican. So
wow.
There's Spaniards everywhere right now.
We are gonna get so canceled.
They're all like, "Tuh!" Now once you pull her out, her little Prius goes tumbling into the sewer below, and just in that instance, once you pull her out, you are able to see at the far end of that, you can see fortune teller. His back is to a wall, and this you don't see the what he's fighting. All you see is just this mass of just this detritus and raw sewage and water just everywhere, and he's in a position right now where the sun, and this is something that you see, fortune teller, as all of this stuff, as a result of your biomanipulation, things just indiscriminately shooting wild through the ceiling of the suit, and it's just collapsing it. A car lands on it. With that, the light from the east is, you can see a ray is just shining, not on you, but it's just creeping as the ceiling falls, is moving closer towards you. You
My
are
action.
on mute.
Lou, my action.
So
Hold
first
on,
thing,
one at a time. So let's
go ahead.
start with
Adolfo.
Sage.
All right, my action is, as soon as I get the lady out of harm's way, and I've gotten everybody out of harm's way from the immediate collapse,
Yep.
I'm going to dive in, projectile myself towards fortune teller, right? In the same action, ready to scoop him up and shoot the wrist cable, so I can pull us out before that sun can get to him and pull him into a shaded area, so we can get into a balanced area, into a solid ground.
What are you doing, fortune teller? Because you don't see him. All you see is the light and that thing.
Now, I remember you saying I think there was like a side exit to go out. Or nothing?
Yeah. There was a little nook with a ladder to go out into the street.
But that was another separate one, right?
No. That was the only one.
That was the only one?
Yeah.
So there was a wall?
Yeah. And a small arch, about 1.5 feet tall. And it has the bars, so water can flow under it, but no one can go through it.
I teleport in and scoop them up in my void.
So, yeah, you want to give me insanity. So then I'm going to do is I'm going to rip the bars and jump down the hole.
All right, so you would have to go underneath, but again, it's just a flow. It's just a flow of where the sewage can go. It's not a hole specifically.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a drain.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're not getting XP for it, but thank you.
I can use a hero point.
First thing I have to do is, so I'm going to step to the side away from the light. But what I'm going to do is paralysis on the creature because I'm going to try to stop it from destroying everything because it's like it's insane right now. So I'm going to attack it with a paralysis.
Okay. What's the 44 for? For the blind?
Yeah, it's 44 per minute. So it's 10 minutes. It has that.
Okay. So again, you're just like, stay still. And the water's just like, shh. It's still moving, but it's like almost as if you caught it in slow motion.
Okay. So now I'm going to punch a hole through the wall and go through the other side.
Okay. In that moment, you're like, the sign. No, and that you don't sound like that.
Yes, I do.
I was just gonna ask you to do that, Sage.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. In that moment when you turn, something grabs at you. Now you're still in your force field. Something grabs at you before you have a chance to do anything. You're lifted out of the falling ceiling, and out into the daylight. Not in full sun, but you do get singed. They're like, what the hell are you doing? You fool! 300 ISP, psychic blast. I am mad.
Now you know damn well I was pulling him up in an area where there was no sun.
He's like,
right
I
there.
got you. Oh my god, blah. Just pops like a pimp. Just pops you like a zit. All right.
Yeah, he would. I don't even argue that he would.
In that split second, you do get burned, but it's superficial because it's so quick, and his intent was to put you into a shaded area. So you're in a spot between two buildings that has enough space for
you know how usually on the building there's a side door.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like just enough for whoever's there to remove garbage and everything from the buildings. So you're there.
I'm walking right in.
So he sets you down. You're like, you half of his right arm up to like half of his cheek it looks like he's got a severe sunburn.
And he's covered in sludge.
And he's covered in sludge.
So Lou,
and you're covered in sludge.
I am going.
You know how long it's gonna take to wash these clothes.
So is my comm able to work now? Well, no, I'm not covered in sludge. My force field is covered in sludge.
Oh, that's right. You're covered in sludge. He's not.
So I leer at him like, you fucker. What the hell was he doing down in the sewer anyway?
Listen,
what the fuck is going on here?
All right, so now at this point, you all hear. I said we've located fortune teller.
Okay. We are in a crisis right now. There is a creature literally that is made out of water that is underneath the city. And that's what I was dealing with right now. I was fighting it and I was able to paralyze it for a short amount of time. I don't know when it's going to get loose. It pulled me under. Sage just got me out, but we're going to need more help here.
Damn it. So with ultraviolet, I'm gonna look inside and I'm gonna look down to the extent of the site to see if I see any type of body, like silhouette or anything. Because if he's paralyzed and it's a power, he may still be water, but there may be a silhouette of him, being that he's not in control.
Good idea. Results not what you expect.
So switch through the sites, go through all the options.
No, I meant like switching the ultraviolet. I don't know if you remember, and you may not have been there. At the initial attack at the helicopter, there was a specific coloration that attacked that helicopter. This has the same coloration, except with all of the other mass that's in it. It's only barely glinting at that type of coloration.
So scan for the densest part of it.
There is no densest part.
Lou, do I see him move?
Who? Yeah,
I see.
He has to leave the alley in order to see this thing.
And I'm gonna come out and say, Sage, to let you know if it releases from what I done to it, it has a water cannon that goes through walls. So you would be done in one shot.
No, I won't.
Be careful, little man.
And believe me, I've got a surprise for this thing if I can actually locate it. Too bad I can't. The only way I can take care of this is if I can get it out of the sewers. Like I confront it here. If there's a way possible.
It's in its element.
I understand that, but if I can get it to come confront me up here, believe me, I can make short work of it. Listen,
that's still not telling me what you're going to do. So, all right. So, why you guys? Okay.
Let's get you to safety. That you're right now. You're going to be useless in the sunlight.
I'm in a building. I'm okay. I just need to get my out. I need somebody to bring me my outfit.
So we're over comms now. So if somebody can get his outfit to us, or we could also use the assistants, because this thing. Look at and this is just a short encounter with you, and look at it almost destroyed the intersection. We got to handle this.
We got other vehicles in the tower, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab one of the other vehicles, go pick them up.
Well, I haven't come back. I haven't come back to you guys yet, so.
Never mind.
So I put that all over the comms.
Yeah, this is all happening simultaneously. So there's not that much time dilation between what you guys are doing and what they're doing.
Okay.
You knocked them. You finally wink back into your facility.
All right.
The call that you make, you get the military switchboard, but they constantly tell you that Colonel Tromwell is not available. Please, if you would like to leave a message, we would be happy to pass that along.
All right. So I basically, at this point, I provide my credentials.
Okay.
All right. I provide my full credentials.
What was your rank before you left?
First lieutenant.
Okay.
First lieutenant in I think Rangers.
To Army. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm double checking now. Well, anyway, that's a side
Okay.
note.
Okay.
But I provide my credentials. I let them know that I am currently in possession of two supers who are very dangerous, and I need containment facilities. And nothing that civilians have presented thus far are adequate.
So, well, Lieutenant, we will pass this message along ASAP to Colonel Tromwell. Uh, are you in need of assistance currently? Are you safe? Is the enemy secured? Do we
The
need
enemy is
to
secure.
evacuate the immediate area of where you're located?
If you can if you can provide me with a safe location to come to you, I will go. I can be there at a moment's notice.
They have a facility that is located on base. It's portable, but currently it's portable, and without assessing the nature of the threat, they don't know that it would. They don't know whether or not it could hold this specific threat. It would have to be tailored or recalibrated. That's the word I'm looking for. It'd have to be recalibrated for this specific metahuman's abilities.
Okay, be advised I have two of them, and they both are. In fact, I upload the readings that we have from Lily and the encounter with the doctor and the nurse from the other base. I will upload those readings, not the video itself, because I don't feel like alarming him right now, but definitely the readings of strength used, speed, toughness, etc. And whatever notes I have from Emerald and Crimson Sage and Artemis
Okay.
regarding their encounter. This is what I can provide thus far in the capabilities of these supers.
We only have the capability of housing one. So if would it be safe to house? Are they capable of combining their abilities? Do you know? It's just that the enclosure that they have, they built it specifically for one, and it is still in the testing phase. They're not 100% sure that it would even work, given the specs that you've provided.
Understood.
Because you don't you have biological readings from Lily, but they were not specifically at the time when her abilities triggered.
Right. So yeah, I'm just providing whatever readings we got from the encounter itself. Whatever we were able to get a hold of. Going to assume strength level is enough to possibly crush a small armored vehicle. Strength level is definitely that high. I would not advise putting them together in one unit. And I'm not sure how much longer I can keep them contained.
We could let us. He says we'll. It'll take us some time to recalibrate. He said, how long can you give us?
Theoretically, months, maybe a year and a half. Realistically, there are other mitigating factors in play that might shorten that time considerably. I would say 72 hours.
Understood. So we have another portable portable containment unit in Fort Dix. It's going to take some time to helicopter it to bring it in. We can possibly use them simultaneously. they take a tremendous amount of power to bring online and to keep online. But if the threat is as dire as you say, so we will do whatever is necessary in order to make that happen. So if you're going to give us 72 hours, we'll try to shorten that down considerably. Keep in touch. We'll relay this to the colonel, and then we'll reassess in 12 hours.
Okay, be advised, no need to move the unit from Fort Dix. I can get there practically in the blink of an eye.
So you let them know that you're a meta, not just your military credentials.
I let them know that I have access to advanced technology that can allow me to travel.
All right. So well, that would cut it down considerably, but we would need to use the current iteration as a prototype, as a test, to see if the containment unit will actually work.
Understood.
How
Let
soon?
me know when we're ready.
Yeah, this is. We'll let you know as soon as we've recalibrated based on your specs, and just keep this channel open, and we will advise as soon as possible.
Copy, will do. I let the head of security for both here and the lighthouse know that I am in communication with military, and if for any reason I am not immediately available, I provide them with the information so that they are aware of what's taking place.
Okay.
What's being worked. And I will also forward this on to Emerald, and I will put it in a file dump for Crimson Sage to receive when he's back in the...
Okay.
And I will also forward this on to, what's his name? Our FBI lead. Was it Johnson? What was his name again? Give me a second.
I believe it was Phil Johnson, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I could create a list of all these NPCs we've been using.
Agent Smith, excuse me.
Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Phil Smith, I think it was. Well, however, it was Agent Smith.
Yeah, Agent Smith. I put him in the loop to know that the U.S. military has been contacted regarding containment of the supers.
Okay. So your contact right now, in the meantime, her name is Sergeant Laura Zabo. S-Z-A-B-O.
S.
Z is in zebra, A-B-O.
Gotcha. Laura Zabo, you said?
Yes.
All right.
At that point, Twitch had reported that the inside of his vehicle was covered in that goo, and he was entering the facility with Emerald.
Right, and I told Hazmat to meet him in the garage.
Okay.
For immediate evaluation of the vehicle and them.
All right. So with that, Twitch, as you're coming in, you start noticing a smell. It smells like exactly what I'm going to describe. Once you catch that whiff as you're docking, and you're turning, and now you can see everywhere that this thing is touching is starting to dissolve. It's starting to eat away. It's smelling. It has a strong acidic smell. So now you can there's a reading that's coming out that your power levels are starting to be affected. Certain systems are being compromised.
So I go over comms like, yo, this is eating through my interior.
Hazmat's gonna meet you in the garage.
All right.
Get clear immediately. You and M. Get her out of there. She's traumatized.
Shit. All right. Sure. I get Boom Boom out of there too.
Okay. I'm going to do this. As you're pulling her out, she's just like, wait. I think she changes her hand and her arm into her luminescent energy and expands. As she does, the inside of you're temporarily blinded. It's like having a flash just right in your eyes, like somebody hit a flash bulb right in your eye. Once you refocus, she's like, it worked. And now there's a fine particulates in the air, and your system is reporting particulates.
I hold my breath.
Hazardous particulates in the air, and she's like, it worked. Yeah.
I hold my breath and I facepalm her and shove her out the car.
Okay. Okay. She's like, hey, I could have done something better, sugar. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just trying to illustrate what a Southern accent actually sounds like. Now,
wow.
Instead of Brooklyn Southern, I don't know what that is. He's not here, so I'm making fun of him.
I shove her out of the vehicle with me, and I take her outside with me.
Okay.
Get some air, make sure it's clear, and make sure we don't got this crap on us.
That's what hazmat's for.
Yeah. So, when you looking at your clothes, it looks like you have some of those particulates on you. It's like a fine powder.
Ah, fuck! Put my helmet. Put the fuck. I had my helmet. I put the visor back down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we gotta get this stuff off my shit. I'm looking at my armor. Is it affecting it?
No. Stop and reverse that. It doesn't look like it is. It's not. It's not acidic. Definitely.
So
it's just like a fine powder that's on you.
Is it on her?
It is.
Like, you got this powder on you and it's bad. This shit, whatever the fuck this is.
She again she alters her body to light, moves away, floats away, and then reforms. And it doesn't look like anything is on her. But
she's like, I'm good.
Where she was when she initially transformed and moved away and then transformed back, in that spot, it's not a perfect silhouette of her, but you can see it in the air. You can see it like twinkling in the air. Almost as like a metallic, it's like a fine, like a really powdered glitter. It catches the light ever so slightly in certain spots.
All right, so I guess since nothing is happening right now, and she was able to do that, so I'll tell us, go get hazmat. I'm gonna stay right here and not move.
All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here, and we will pick it up on the next adventure. So, thank you everybody for joining us. We hope you had a great time, like I did. I always have fun because you guys are hilarious. So for Crimson Sage, Fortune Teller, Twitch, Noctum, I am DM Discussion. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your week.